WTOL 11, a local family reunited early for the holidays. The emotional moment a mom sees her son walk in early from military training. Plus, a routine shoplifting call turns into a life or death moment when a gun is pointed at a Canton police officer and the trigger is pulled. And the holiday travel rush is officially underway, with record numbers expected on the roads and at airports through New Year's Day. AAA says planning ahead is going to be key. Well, welcome into WTOL 11 News here on Plus. I'm Michael Sandlin. Thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday evening. We'll get to all of our top stories and more, but first, let's get a check of our forecast. Meteorologist John Birchfield. John, I understand that the weather team is tracking a bit of a warm-up for Christmas. Is that right? Oh, yeah, going to be a nice Christmas. Temperatures in the 50s, Michael, so feeling a little more like spring than winter time, but we do have a cool down before we get to that warm-up. So let's start off with your Sunday forecast. It is going to be brighter, so the sunshine's going to be nice, but it's also going to be on the colder side, and the morning is going to be very breezy. High temperatures around 30, but those morning lows are going to be dipping down near to below 20 degrees. Right now we're in the lower 40s in the metro, but it is turning colder north and west, down to 37 in Hillsdale County, and that breeze still going strong, so it feels more like it is 33. There could be a brief sprinkle or flurry this evening as a cold front sweeps in from the northwest, and that front is going to bring on a chill for the morning. Wind chills near 10 degrees at daybreak. Even into the afternoon, it's going to feel like it is in the 20s, so that heavier winter coat will be necessary tomorrow. I'm going to preview that Christmas warm-up and your full 10-day outlook. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. All right, thank you, John. Well, the United States has seized a second vessel off of the coast of Venezuela. That's according to CNN. Sources say the U.S. Coast Guard, with the help of the U.S. military, carried out the operation in international waters. Now, this is the second known instance of the U.S. intercepting a vessel near Venezuela in the past 2 weeks. The U.S. seized a large oil tanker on December 10th. An official familiar with the matter says the vessel seized today was not under sanctions. A police officer in Canton, Ohio is lucky to be alive after an accused shoplifter pointed a gun in his face and pulled the trigger. The whole incident was captured on body cam video. Thankfully, the gun did not go off. Aria Janelle walks us through the body cam footage, and we want to warn you, the video may be disturbing to some viewers.
23-year-old Katerina Jeffrey asking a foreshadowing question as she sits next to 21-year-old Shane Newman.
Unless something crazy happens.
Canton police were called to the Walmart on Atlantic Boulevard Thursday afternoon for two people shoplifting. Before the two sat down, Newman was patted down.
Nothing on you was going to poke me, stab me? No.
Newman replies no. Minutes pass as the officer asks the two people for their names. After giving the officer a fake name, Newman pulls a gun out of a pouch he was hiding.
Hey! Hey! No! 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 Get back! Get back! No! 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 Shane, please stop!
I want to play that video again because you can hear the gun click.
Hey! Hey!
He then tries to reload and points it at the officer again. Heroically, the theft prevention officer Conrad jumps on Newman, causing him to drop that gun. The officer brings Newman to the ground and calls for backup.
I mean, it's attempted murder.
It is attempted murder. He would have got me.
Officers found 2 bullets in Jeffrey's pocket, who also had 2 warrants out for her arrest. Newman had 1 warrant of his own and was holding on to several pills.
Xannies?
No, fentanyl.
A scary situation that could have ended with multiple lives lost.
He pointed right at my face and pulled the trigger. All right, he tried to do it again, look.
Thank God for Conrad.
I'm putting him in for an award. But I'll
Citizen of the Year.
Jeffrey is facing a robbery charge and Newman is facing several charges, including assaulting a peace officer and attempted murder.
Now, the two appeared in court yesterday. Newman was issued a $1 million bond and Jeffrey was handed a $500,000 bond. They're both expected back in court on Tuesday. A number of families took place in free lead screenings today to make sure their kids have a safe and healthy holiday. For the second year in a row, the Get the Lead Out of the Holidays event was held at the Nexus Healthcare Center in downtown Toledo, offering free lead screenings for children. Hosted by the Junction Coalition and Neighborhood Health Association, families were also given information and resources to protect their families from lead exposure.
It's a time where Families are together, kids are out of school, and sometimes it's really hard to get that doctor's appointment or, this sort of information throughout the school year. Why not pair it during a time where, there might be some families looking to have some gifts for their children?
Over 200 toys were also given out to every kid who got a lead screening. The Toledo Mindfulness Institute in Sylvania is taking yoga to another level. With the help of Keep Toledo/Lucas County Beautiful, the Institute is hosting a free mindfulness series with different nature themes, each class connected to wellness and the environment. The first of the 6-part series kicked off this morning at their studio, and every third Saturday until May, they'll host the class at various locations such as the National Museum of the Great Lakes and Willys Park. Part of the series includes finding ways to help the environment through group activities.
I was really asking myself how to get the community involved, and two of the things that I said was litter pickup and tree planting, and which are two of the events in our ecosystems series up until May.
You can register for this series on the Institute's website. The next class will be at the Glass City and Richmond Center on January 17th. A local mom of 4 got an early Christmas surprise. Her son, who's been at military camp for the past few months, came home early to give her the surprise of a lifetime. Sophia Pericone has the story.
An emotional moment caught on camera. Showing Austin Hernandez surprising his family at La Fiesta in Toledo after months in Georgia for military training. A Friday night homecoming his mom, Brianna Hernandez, wasn't expecting until Monday.
I had faked my flight itinerary, and I was like, ooh, she might figure this out.
I had already planned to take the afternoon off, go get him.
But with the help of his younger brother, Nolan.
Me and my brother were just talking about him coming home the one day, and I pitched the idea that, hey, you should just surprise her. You should tell her you're coming home one day, but come home the day before, a couple of days before, and he was like, that's not a bad idea.
Austin gave his mom the surprise of a lifetime.
Everything just turned black. I thought I was gonna pass out.
I was just like holding back tears a little bit, but yeah, I feel really good to be able to hold my mom again.
And for Austin's youngest brother, Ezekiel, the Austin Bear he carries everywhere,
Love you, buddy. I'll miss you. I'll be home soon, I promise.
is now replaced with the real thing.
I'm happy that he's home and I get to spend more time with him.
At least until Austin heads back to camp in a couple of weeks.
Really just spending a lot of time with them, spending the most time I can. I like going to the lights before Christmas at the zoo, maybe going to see a Wally game or something, like something to spend a lot of time with them.
And hearing the laughs and the screams of them playing the game and like just everyone being together just filled my whole entire heart.
Reporting in Toledo, Sophia Pericone, WTOL 11.
And soon after Austin returns back to camp in Georgia, he's expected to learn where he'll be deployed for active duty. And his brother, Nolan, plans to enlist after he graduates from Central Catholic in the spring. The Hernandez brothers follow in their grandmother's footsteps. She served active duty in Saudi Arabia during Desert Storm. It's safe to say local Toledoan Jada Wilson will never forget graduating from Owens Community College. Not only did she leave with her associate's degree in registered nursing, she left with a fiance as well. After the pinning ceremony at the Center for Fine and Performing Arts, Wilson saw retired U.S. soldier Corey Williams standing in front of the staircase, backed by people holding signs that read, "Will you marry me, Jada?" She, of course, said yes. Wilson and Williams plan on getting married in 2027. At 93 years old, 3 times a week for more than an hour at a time, you can usually find Russ Loomis biking at the Farmington Hills YMCA. But on October 30th, something didn't feel right.
If she would have been 3 minutes later, we wouldn't be talking.
Russ suffered a massive heart attack, the same condition that took the lives of several members of his family. He thought he wouldn't survive until a fellow gym member stepped in.
If I ever had it, I thought, well, I'm gone, just like everybody else had been.
I bent down, I measured where my hands were supposed to go, and I just started doing compressions.
Melissa Gedrich had just finished a CPR class days earlier. Now, both hope their story inspires others to learn CPR because being in the right place can save a life. Well, there's no place like home for the holidays. So if you're traveling, brace yourself for a lot of traffic on highways and at airports. AAA is expecting holiday travel numbers to break records this year. Jen Sullivan has more on what you can expect.
The holiday travel rush is underway. If you're hitting the roads or skies, you should expect plenty of traffic and long lines at airports.
Holiday travel is big.
AAA spokesperson Aixa Diaz says they're expecting more than 122 million people to travel starting Saturday, December 20th through New Year's Day. That would be a new record.
What happens at the end of the year is that you've got this 2-week period when people are coming and going during different times.
AAA says close to 110 million people will drive to their destination. So if you want to see more green than red on your GPS maps, here are the worst times to travel the next few days. AAA recommends leaving very early or late at night. The lightest traffic days are expected to be Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. Airports are expected to be packed as well. AAA estimates more than 8 million people will fly. The TSA this week warning passengers to expect busy airports.
We do expect a significant increase in holiday travel during this holiday period.
If you are flying, the TSA has some reminders for passengers. Do not bring a snow globe on board. The amount of water inside likely exceeds the 3.4-ounce liquid rule, so it must be checked. They also discourage people from wrapping presents.
Anything that's fully wrapped, our officers who screen the checked baggage may need to unwrap this in the checked baggage screening as well.
Instead, they suggest putting gifts in bags like this so TSA agents can easily screen what's inside. Here's the good news for travelers. Gas prices are cheaper than last year. As of Saturday, the national average for a regular gallon of gas was around $2.87. Jen Sullivan, WTOL 11 on Plus.
Well, if you are traveling for the holidays, you're not going to have any winter storms to contend with. We do have a dry day for your Sunday, although it's going to be very cold, especially in the morning. Those wind chills are going to be dipping down to the single digits, although the brighter sunshine is going to be a nice treat for those weekend plans. Temperature-wise, it has been a little milder this afternoon, climbing up into the lower 40s, but we are going to be turning colder as a cold front sweeps in from the northwest, and that wind is still going strong. We have a feels like that is right around the freezing mark, and that wind chill is going to get very cold overnight. There is a slim chance of a brief passing rain shower as that front sweeps in from the northwest. A slight chance for a flurry or a sprinkle, but otherwise dry weather tonight with clearing skies, and you'll wake up to sunshine and a frigid feel. Wind chill is going to be in the upper single digits to the lower teens, and into the afternoon, that wind chill remaining in the lower 20s with a very brisk setting for your Sunday. Sunshine will be nice, but it is going to be chilly, so that hat and gloves will be needed. Sunday's forecast calls for a high of 30, but it is going to be feeling considerably colder. Staying on the cooler side into your Monday, mainly cloudy skies. There's going to be a warm front lifting in late Monday, and again, that one could produce a couple isolated sprinkles or snow flurries. By Tuesday, though, it is going to be a warm one for early holiday travel, and that Christmas Eve forecast is going to be a milder one. High temperatures climbing up into the mid-40s, and I think it's going to get even warmer for Christmas Day. Needless to say, we are not expecting a white Christmas this year. That Christmas forecast very warm, no snow on the ground. Temperatures surging to the mid-50s. It may have a little hint of early springtime. The warmest Christmas ever recorded in Toledo, that comes from 1982, where a record high of 63 degrees was achieved. Now, as far as rain chances go, there is also a slim 30% chance of a brief Christmas shower. Not a snow shower, just some raindrops that will be possible. Overall, the outlook is going to be trending on the warm